So we're going to build on what we did on this one, basically looking at what are called our residuals, which is our actual value and our predicted value, and how those are different. All right, so I'm going to go back to my original data, and I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to call it, I'm going to rename it to lesson 14, residual plot. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take all of this. I want to sort it. So I'm going to sort range, and I'm going to sort by combine. And here we go. So what I want to do now is I want to figure out, I'm going to do a linear regression. So I need to know a slope and an intercept. So my slope equals slope. And I want to take the data, the y data first, and then the x data. And then my intercept equals intercept. And my y data and my x data. So how we interpret this is our predicted GPA equals the slope, predicted SAT equals the slope times actual GPA plus the intercept. So what I want to do is I want to figure out my predicted SAT. So this equals my GPA times this thing plus this thing. And so I want those to always be the same reference. So I'm going to put the dollar signs around the letter. And now when I autofill that, all of them should be referencing those two. So that's my predicted SAT. My residual is my actual minus predicted. Let's see what that looks like. Equals this minus this all the way down. And I can see some are positive and some are negative, and some are, by a couple hundred points different. So now what I want to do is I want to get a residual plot. So I'm going to need to grab the GPA data that's relevant. Let's go to there. And then the tricky part is to get the residual, I need to hit Control and hold it, and then come all the way back up to residual. So I have those two data sets selected. I say Insert Chart. And it should be a scatter chart. That looks like it is. And let me go ahead and close this. So we have a residual plot. And now basically, oops, let me go back to that. We need to interpret it to see if there's any variation to it. So first and foremost, I can see that it's missing by a lot, right? You could have a pretty high GPA and it misses your actual SAT score by a good amount on both ways, right? So above and below. So I don't have, ideally, like my residuals would be 0, right? I could have some bias in my equation if I had like this half was all negative and that half was all positive. So I'm looking for any trends with the residual plot that I want to adjust. If we go back to our regression line, we can see this doesn't fit this very well, right? And we haven't talked about the R² value yet, but we will. Basically, what it comes down to is GPA is not a great predictor of your SAT score, right? So we have high residuals because we're trying to bring causality in where causality isn't there. But that's how you can create a residual plot very quickly in Google Sheets.